And now a statement from the Premier, the Honorable Makiva Bush.
My fellow Caymanians and residents of the Cayman Islands, as we take time out in celebration of our Constitution Day, let's be thankful for the freedoms that we are blessed to enjoy. There are people who have willingly given their lives fighting for many of the liberties we enjoy and that we should not take for granted. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, with which all other laws must comply. It is the document that guides Caymanian society, that frames our lawmaking and political culture. Our Constitution is very young, and we should not take for granted that it is a perfect document or that it is written in stone. All constitutions are made to be changed when it is necessary. A constitution is a living document that evolves to meet the needs of the people. It behooves us then to continue to make changes where we find a flaw, as we apply the principles that our Constitution should uphold. It is only when a law or principle is put rigorously to the test that we know whether it can stand or fall. If you examine the Cayman Islands Constitution, I think that you will find that there are provisions more suited for a society of 60 million people rather than one of 55,000 people, such as ours. There are top-heavy institutions being created that may make good government more difficult to attain, rather than facilitate it, as we all thought. Each constitution must be suited to the people and country that it governs. There is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all constitution. A good constitution protects your rights by limiting the powers of government, and that should include not only the elected government in our case, but also the governor or other such administering power as might rule over us. As William O. Douglas, an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court, said, and I quote, "The Constitution is not neutral. It was designed to take the government off the backs of people." Of course, every constitution and every right that you have in a constitution brings you a responsibility as a citizen of any country, but in particular of our territory. Our Constitution offers no safeguards from any unreasonable administering power that may impose their will, whether he or she justifies it by a claim of good governance, or does it just to be difficult. It becomes clearer each day that we do have to have some resolution on this aspect of the Constitution. So let's not rest on our laurels, but rather let us pursue having a Constitution that truly provides for good governance, that is, peace, order, and a just government. Because a Constitution must also facilitate for its citizens to be able to live and move and have their being, even in difficult times such as we face. That is, to pay their bills, feed their family, and live in the house they built. These are my desires which I work towards. However, these are desires that are seemingly getting more difficult each day, and any constitution that gives any power to any administering authority that would stop that, then we must look at it. And I trust that you understand what I am saying and search deep in your hearts to understand it further. I trust and hope that this is an enjoyable holiday for you and your family. Thank you for listening, and may God Almighty continue to bless our beloved Cayman Islands.